You, your turn. Yep, it's over to you now. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
So my name is Bethany. I am 21. I currently do not actually live anywhere, and have not lived anywhere for 16 months now. So I kind of just float around at the moment. I do model, and that is like what I'm inspiring to be, but it's a work in progress. I'm sure this last year has been really rough for everyone. Um, and it kind of turned my life a little bit around from my plan that was originally supposed to go with. So yeah, I kind of just travel the world with my mom, and well, not the world right now because COVID, but I travel the US, and it's incredible, and it's also really hard, and that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment.
I like that. I like that. So what was your inspiration to get into, modeling and, doing what you love doing?
So I got into modeling a couple years ago. I had actually moved from Colorado to Florida, and when that happened, my mom got into photography because we were playing indoor volleyball. So she just bought a camera that was like, my daughters are playing, whatever. And she ended up really getting into it. And of course, I was her daughter, and we're like the exact same people. We are so much alike. And she started shooting, and I just started messing around with her, and this just evolved for like a couple of years. And it's been so incredible because now she like does all these volleyball tournaments. We've done so many my shows together. We've done New York Fashion Week 3 times together, like tons of fashion weeks, and it's just been incredible because like she's literally like my best friend, and we just kind of get to build this up and learn with each other constantly. So we just constantly evolve.
That's beautiful. That is so, so incredible. Truly amazing. So what is a positive message you would like to give out to people that are wanting to do what you want to do?
Um,
I know that's probably been hard.
it has been hard. Modeling is definitely different than I think people realize at first. And you really have to be grounded in yourself and what you want out of this experience, before you go in. Because, like any industry, once you get in, there is a lot of things that shouldn't be going on. So you really have to know, like, do I want to make this a career? Do I just want to try it out just for the fun of it? Do I want to go to different countries? Do I want to do runway? Because if you don't, then you kind of can get like into it and get pushed into categories you don't really want to be in. So
Mm,
definitely know what you want out of this and be very grounded and have a really good support system and know where your boundaries are with it.
lovely. So what are some goals that you have made currently right now? Now that COVID is kind of brushing off, we can be like, yeah, let's make some goals.
Kind of. So like I said, my life is still pretty crazy at the moment. So I actually figured out yesterday that I'm moving to California for a couple months, in like 10 days. So that's gonna be really exciting because of course since COVID I haven't really been able to do a lot of modeling. I haven't done a runway show in over a year. Like, I haven't done everything's basically been shut down. So I'm excited to go to California and hopefully try to get back into it a little bit since I'll be like a couple hours from LA. So hopefully I'll be able to take that time and be like, okay, let me like get back on track. Let me like focus again and start talking to different agencies out in California.
Yeah, California's gonna offer a lot.
Yeah, I hope so. We have like a temporary job there. So it's a 3-month contract. But they can cut it at any time. And we've done 3 of them this last year, but they've all been in Texas. And I am so tired of driving through Texas. So,
Why?
have you ever driven through Texas?
I'm from Texas. That's why I said
But like,
why.
I've driven like across it.
Yes.
That is the worst drive.
Actually, you know what? Because it's like it's so woody area. There's nothing to really see until you get to like Dallas. Well,
Okay,
if you're going
it's
from
not
like Dallas to if you're going from like yeah, you're right. Because if you're going from like Dallas all the way to Alabama, it's ugh.
it's then. we went from Colorado back to Florida, and we went through Dallas and Fort Worth and like and to Shreveport, and that was like definitely like farmers and like back roads and everything. But driving through like just like across it is like you'll drive all day and you're still in Texas, and the
Yeah, yeah.
horrible and the speed limits are fast, and there's all different types of trucks that just want to kill you. Like there's nothing good about driving in Texas.
My home, that's home. That's literally
Where
home.
from?
Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I've only been to Dallas a little bit, but we lived in Eagle Pass, we lived in League City, and we lived in Beaumont.
Hmm, that's nice. Yeah, Dallas is nice, but them, like I said, them dang old traffic. Ooh, them highways.
You
75,
stop
75 miles per hour.
and like the trucks are not joking. They're going like a good 95. I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to make it home safe. And there's always construction, everything. Yeah, no, that's what when we leave to go to California this time, it's gonna be like a 36-hour drive. We're trying to see like how we're gonna break that down.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we'll be driving separately. We'll both be driving our cars, so it's gonna be a drive.
You guys are by yourselves 36 hours. Dang, y'all gonna have to try to do something. That's
Yeah,
a pain.
it is. And like at this point, we've driven around the US like 4 times. So we've gotten really good at driving. It's just like separate is like a lot less fun.
I completely see how that is and like how stressful that can truly be. For real, for real, for real.
It's it just
So,
gets long.
yeah, that is true. So what are some struggles that you faced growing up?
Ooh. Um, Growing up was like a whole different part of my life actually. It's kind of weird because like I'm at a point in my life now where this year of course has been hectic, but like I'm very happy and content with my life. And I kind of like forget about my childhood. So I'm like, oh, we don't talk about that. But growing up, I was the second youngest of 11 kids.
Oh,
So I had a big family, step, biological, all mixed in there. And then my parents got divorced when I was really young, and it was a really rough divorce. And it lasted for years. And everything went kind of like bad. I don't talk to most of my family. I don't talk to my father, none of that. And so it ended up that's why we moved down to Florida, because we didn't exactly have a choice. We had to leave the state. So we ended up in Florida, and I'm extremely happy we moved to Florida, and it's been a wonderful move. But definitely is a lot left in Colorado that I don't go back to.
that's awesome. That's awesome. What part of Florida you in?
So I'm in Pensacola, Florida right now.
No way. You're lying. I'm literally only 40 minutes from you.
Where are you?
I'm in Daphne, Alabama.
Oh wow, you are really close. Okay, yeah, no, I'm in Pensacola. I'm actually in Beulah right now, house sitting for my
Wow.
so
Crazy world, ain't it?
yeah, this is where I've been living for the past 7 years until last March. This was where I live.
That's so awesome. See, it's such a crazy world, ain't it? Hey, you're in
It's
Pensacola. Okay, I'm right here.
like you probably haven't like it's really northern Florida.
Florida's its own little country. We're gonna call it
Oh,
that.
without a doubt, Florida is Florida. We were trying to move down to Miami. That was the goal last March was to move down to Miami. And then COVID happened and it didn't happen. But that's where our end goal is to be is in Miami.
Hey, that would be awesome if y'all get to move to Miami though. For real, for real, for real.
That that's what we want because there's so much fashion down there. There's so much modeling. And we love the beach, so we can't really get away from it now.
All right, so now I gotta ask you a question on the fashion. What is your favorite fashion designer or design brand?
Um, so I'm kind of bad with this part when it comes to modeling. I like things that catch my eye. I don't really care too much for like having like one brand and being like, oh, I'm gonna stick to that brand and I'm gonna buy $2,000 pair of shoes. Like, no, I don't really care. But if I'm walking runway, then I want to be in the most like crazy looking, like big, like weird outfit you have. Like when I'm rocking runway, like put me in the dress that no one wants to wear because it looks insane. Like that's what I want to wear. Like I want something that's gonna catch someone's eye. So it's basically the same. It's really bad. My mom and I, we talk a lot. Like every time we go out into like malls or anything, we always look at like all the photography because that's just kind of part of our life. And we always go through stores and like look at what we like and what we don't like. And like we'll walk through all the like high fashion stores. I'm just like, I don't like any of that.
I know, and you pay like thousands of dollars for a name.
Exactly. And exactly. And this last year, I have become so unmaterialistic. Like literally everything I own is in the trunk of my car. Um, that I don't really care for like the purses, the shoes, of course, like if they ever were like, oh, we want you to walk for me, of course, that would be ecstatic, that would be very exciting. But also that part of runway, I know I'll never get to that level either, just because I know the restrictions once you get that high up. So it's kind of like I enjoy runway and I'm going to do it as high as I can. And of course, I want to walk for whoever I can. But there's going to be a point where I'm going to be like, okay, this category isn't for me anymore.
I like that. I like that.
But yeah, runway you the size of a pencil. Runway is incredible, but extremely high pressure. And they're literally like measurements you have to be down to the inch. So, and so yeah.
So what are your goals for the next 3 to 5 years? Let's throw that there.
That is such a question I don't have an answer for at the moment. If you would have asked me last year, I would have had a whole thing for you. But after this year, it's been interesting to kind of look at our life and see this past year, we haven't had any type of home, but we've been able to travel to all these places. And so now it's kind of like, do we want to get like a home and like a regular stable job again and not be able to travel, not be able to explore like we want to? Or do we not want to have any stability and like struggle with that side of it, but be able to travel and get like pick up short-term jobs when we need to? And that's kind of like a toss up right now. And so it's like, if I do end up somewhere, like I don't even know where it would be right now. Like I don't even know where we would end up living right now. We've tossed around New York, we've tossed around Atlanta, Houston, Miami. So we've tossed around leaving the country. It's very much like I'm not sure, and that's kind of okay at the moment at least I'm okay with that. Eventually I will go back to college. I have my associates in business. Eventually I'll go back and get my bachelor's. But at the moment, I'm kind of just trying to figure out my life.
That's good though. When you always figure out just what you want to do and like what you want to keep doing and how you want to keep progressing in life, you always progress more and more as a person. And that's beautiful. I've had those stumble blocks all the time. I actually I used to stop. I used to do interviews with people, and then I would stop, and I would like do it again, and I would stop. And now I'm like at a point, like you said, I'm at a point now where I'm just like, yo, like this is it. This is what's my life, and I'm gonna stick to this for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
and that's one thing what brought me here to do this again. I was so hesitant about doing video interviews because I was just past relationships I had in my life with like women in general kind of just put me down in a depressive mood. And I didn't want to
Mhm.
bring that energy to people. You getting on video with that. No, 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 not that energy, Jeremy. Wrong energy, pal. And I just
Yeah,
couldn't I just couldn't have that energy because it's not good and it's not healthy. So I had to really, evaluate myself, fix myself, and then come back to it. So now I'm here.
yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with modeling right now. I feel like I need to like revise a little bit. and like get back focused and like really get back disciplined, because this year I haven't been modeling and everything's been going on. So it's kind of just been like, okay, so much is going on. I feel like I'm like, okay, I need to refocus and re get back on like my path and what I want to do with it. So I definitely feel you on that. It's
Mhm.
a work in progress. It always is.
Work in progress. So the last question I want to ask is, what kind of impact do you want to make in people's lives? If you could make a big impact on people's lives, what would you want to do?
So I definitely want to have some type of platform. Well, I already have a decent platform, but I definitely want to have a platform in life and use it to come out. And I'm definitely pro women, extremely like Black Lives Matter. Like I have a lot of things I'm very passionate about, and I want to be able to share that. Yeah, I want to be able to, if I do make it as a model, I want to be able to be like, okay, to actually teach people how to get into it instead of acting like it's a competitive thing. I want to uplift women. I want to uplift anyone who is open to learning. Like I want to have a platform where I can talk about the topics and the issues that I really feel passionate about, and then just like go with that and just be able to use that.
Mm, I love that. Love that. Love that. Love the energy.
I have
Love the
a
positive.
lot I want to say. I
See,
just have to get there.
and you're gonna and guess what? That's why we're gonna have these follow-up interviews in the future. Cause you always gotta make sure you get to know where everybody's at the point in life where they're at, how they're doing, what's going on, what things have they learned, what is up and new in their life, and it just gives people that inspiration to know, dang, this dude just talked to them like a year ago, 2 years ago, and here they are back again, and this is the update in their life. So inspiring.
Yes,
And
because
it's
we're
beautiful.
always.
Yeah, we're always changing every single day. And I really do thank you, Bethany, for joining me. Like it's incredible. I'm glad that you could be the awesome, woman that you are today, standing up for what's right in this world.
I'm just trying.
You're doing great though. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. We need more, role models like you in this world.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, thank you so much. And we will talk soon.
That sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Peace.